Welcome, everyone. Welcome. My name is Meagan Mermaid, and I'm a galactic guide and channel for galactic consciousness. And today we are going to do a very special Equinox ceremony and activations with the Andromedans. I'm so excited to see you all here, and it's been a while, so feel free to say hello in the chat. Let me know how you're doing, where you're joining from. I don't know about you, but I just feel such a huge shift. And maybe it's because we're in Aries season. I'm a Leo and I'm a Sag moon. I have so much fire in my chart. And whenever we're in like water seasons, it's a little bit challenging for me. And I feel like these past few weeks, especially, have just been very, very challenging. And so, today we're going to work with the Andromedans, who are the master healers of the star nations. And they have so much that they want to share with us today about how to receive all of the good that we have been putting into our lives and into our manifestations, and how to step into our higher timeline. And so we're going to be doing a little bit. Hi, Dragonfly from Orange County. Good to see you. Welcome. So I'm using streaming software, and sometimes the comments are like a little, what's the word? Like it takes a minute to show up on my thing. So hi, Mariella from Toronto. Wonderful. I'm so happy to have you all here. And feel free to share your new moon intentions. So today is a double amazing portal day. Not only did we have the equinox portal yesterday, which is the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere, but we also have the new moon in Aries today. And at the end of this week, on Thursday, we have Pluto moving into Aquarius. So there's all kinds of really big changes that are happening. Hi, Nana or Nana. Good to see you. I'm so excited to have all of you guys here. Thank you for joining me live and taking time today to connect. It's just so beautiful when we all just take the time to connect, especially because we're in a space now where technology allows starseeds to connect globally all over the world. Hi, Kelly. I'm so happy to have you here. So what is the equinox? There are specific earth-based holidays that are really important, and they're the solstices and the equinoxes. And so solstices come in winter and summer, and they really mark this huge change. Hi, Leah. And then equinoxes are all about balance. So it's sort of like that in between. So this is like that first step that we're taking before the solstice. And so I want you to just really think about where you are now compared to where you were 6 months ago when we were in our last equinox portal, which was fall in the northern hemisphere. And today the Andromedans want to support us in really beginning to see all of the rebirth and new life that is coming through to us. So equinoxes are a time when there is an equal balance of light and dark. There's 12 hours of light, 12 hours of darkness. Usually, I mean, some other places on Earth it might be a little bit different, but that's the that's the general rule. So it's sort of this way of finding balance in our lives. And as I was sharing, we've just been going through so much change because Saturn just moved into Pisces, and because we're right on the precipice of Pluto moving into Aquarius. Both of these planets were at the 29th degree within the last few weeks. So that creates a lot of intensity. It creates a lot of uncertainty. And because we were sort of moving out of this season of winter, even if it's not happening where you're at. Hi, Megan. Or hi, Megan. Hi, Tim. I saw that you said hi, Megan, and I'm just reading. Hi, Tim. Good to see you joining from the UK. So yeah, it's one of those things where, we've really had to hold that fire and that hope of spring within us because we haven't always seen it outside of us. And so feel free to share, what are your new moon intentions? Are you ready for this rebirth, for this new time of spring? It's just really this moment where we can step into freshness, into a new start. And what this takes is a lot of belief. So that's one of the cards that I'm going to pull today. So I'm going to start with some of the cards that I pulled and just kind of talk about the energies that were coming through to me. And then after we talk a little bit about the cards, we're going to do an activation with the Andromedans today. And then we're going to do a special giveaway at the end today. If you're joining live, you'll have the opportunity to win a seat to my next ceremony, which is happening on April 5th at 4 p.m. Pacific. And this one is called Activating the Compassion Portal. And it's really powerful. It's all about how we can open our hearts and keep them open. And by doing so, we can really embrace the adventure of our humanity. And so, what I've noticed sometimes with star seeds, I talked a little bit about this on the Octurian ceremony, is this tendency to want to escape. So if you want to go back to getting what we learned from Saturn in Pisces and learning more about that, you can check out the last YouTube live that I did, the Octurian journey, and also the freedom frequency ceremony that I did last month. But so what it really means to have compassion and be in the adventure of our humanity is that rather than trying to escape and saying, oh, I miss my home planet, or I don't want to be on Earth, or, I feel so different than everyone else, or just almost like sometimes we can have this tendency to want to distract ourselves from what's really happening, from the suffering that's happening. But we're here as star seeds to be in our bodies, to open our hearts and to look without looking away at all of the things that are happening, all of the suffering on this planet. It was interesting because I have a family friend. He's my brother's girlfriend's little brother, and he just turned 10. And he's the sweetest little boy. He's a Pisces, and I might get teary when I talk about it. But he went through an experience last week where he was bullied at school, and it really touched me, and I felt so much for him in that experience. And then I just really let myself cry. And I was talking to a friend of mine about how the witnessing and the compassion of our tears is actually a part of the healing process. It's a part of what we're doing. And because there's so much on the planet that's happening right now, it's easy to want to look away and it's easy to want to escape, but that's not why we're here. We're here to embrace it and to be of service. That's our highest service as star seeds. And so, in order to do that, we have to believe that we're worthy. We have to call in the resources. We've got to heal ourselves because, when we're in that line of service, whatever we're doing, not everybody is going to be at our frequency. We're going to feel projections. We're going to feel blame. And, it can feel very tiresome to do this kind of work. It's like humble service sometimes, and we don't always get recognition. And so our self-care practice is really important, and our ability to just nurture and nourish ourselves and not feel like the external world is going to give us that, because that's not the assignment. The assignment is to take care of ourselves, to connect with each other, and to do this as a community, as a team. Oh, thank you, Nana. He's doing better. But yeah, it's just a challenging experience, especially when you hear things that are happening to children, and there's just so many things. And I'm not going to get into it, but I know that we all have causes that are dear to our hearts and things that are just challenging. And, sometimes it is that part of us that wants to just not think about it or focus on other things. But there's this line that we have to dance where we don't want to get sucked into it, but we also just need to embrace it, honor it, and have that compassion. So we're going to be talking more about how to do that in an empowered way, and how to make suffering our muse, and to really keep our heart open, because an open heart can never be wounded anymore. It's like we can feel that pain, but we get to this space where we're just always transmuting it into the medicine of grace and creativity. And that's where we're striving for as we get, into New Earth or Ascension or whatever it is that you want to talk about. Yeah, Mariella's sharing, I cry all the time, get triggered by people showing their humanity to each other and hardly cried before. That's so interesting. I know I've actually shared before, Mariella. I'm glad that you brought that up. That, sometimes crying was more challenging for me as a fire sign. And, I've noticed I went through a really devastating heartbreak probably about 5 or 6 weeks ago. And I really just sat in it and I let myself heal. And like I let all of that pain and that emotion come through. And after I sat in that, it alchemized into something really beautiful. And so that's really the way, rather than trying to push the emotions down. It's like let yourself feel them, embrace them, let them change you. So the first card that we have that I pulled from the fairy, or is it it's the Fairy Forest deck by Lucy Cavendish. And I've really been working with the fairies, and I've been working a lot with my Celtic heritage. I have Bridget over here today. And it's interesting because the Andromedans are very connected to Celtic energy. And in fact, like Ireland, Avalon, all of those places have a very deep Andromedan energy. And, when we go into the energy of Andromeda, it's like this really beautiful heavenly paradise way of like nature where everything is green and lush and vibrant. And so, why did I bring this up? I can't remember. But if I remember, I'll share. But anyway, yeah. So the Andromedans just have this really powerful energy of working with the earth, and they're going to talk to us a little bit more about what our assignment is regarding that as we step into this equinox portal. But so the first card that we have is the Green Witch. And I love this card because it's talking about fresh new spring. So the thing about freshness, the thing about changes is it can feel challenging, right? It can feel uncertain, but we also have to step into this innocence of like letting ourselves admit that we don't know, that we don't have the answers, that we're stepping into something brand new. And only when we are able to step into that innocence and freshness of being open, that's when the universe can come in and bless us and put us on this higher timeline. And it becomes less about trying to manifest like the things that we want. Sometimes that can be very ego based, but it really helps us to step into the bliss of serving in our soul's true purpose. And so, as I shared, we've been moving through a lot of darkness, a lot of challenges, a lot of heaviness. And so we're really being guided to step into this freshness and this rebirth. And oftentimes, rebirths don't feel very comfortable, right? I mean, we can think about the butterfly, for example, and how the caterpillar has to go through this like very intense transformational process. That's where we've been at individually and collectively. And so we really have to trust that there is this new start, that there is all of this good that's coming to us, and things that we may not even have imagined for ourselves, maybe things that are even better. And that's another thing that we want to consider too, is that I've really been guided to just let go into this energy of patience. Sometimes we want to question ourselves, and feel free to share in the chat if you're like that. Wow, Kelly sharing, when I was in Ireland for 10 days, I felt so connected, peaceful, and joyful. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing, Kelly. That's so amazing. And I have a friend that makes blankets. This is actually one of the blankets. Her company is called Eru, which is one of the sovereignty goddesses of Ireland. And so these are made from Irish wool. So if anybody's interested in learning more about how to get her blankets or anything, I call this like my priestess blanket. I'm happy to share more. But yeah, it's ERIU is the company. So I just had to pitch that for her. But so We were talking about transformation. We were talking about belief and things. Oh, yes. So when things are going slower, we might have a tendency to like want to question or blame ourselves. Like, what am I doing wrong? Or I thought I would be further along. Or maybe we start to look outside and compare ourselves to other people and think like, why are why are they further? Or why do they seem to be thriving in this area or this area? And we really have to step back and recognize that our purpose isn't always going to look the way that we thought it would. But when we have this really deep trust in divine timing and recognize that we're exactly where we're supposed to be, and that oftentimes that thing that we wanted or that thing that we were rushing towards, we might not see the bigger picture the way that the universe does. We want to think about it where we're like a wave in the ocean of consciousness, right? So a wave has a very limited perspective. Even though it has all of the qualities of the ocean within it, it can only see within these forms that it's in. So we're the same, where we're in a limited human form. Although we have the infinite God force within us, our perspective is still limited in this human journey. And so it's really about this trust that there is this divine plan that's bigger than all of us, that is moving us, all of us, into this higher timeline. And so sometimes we do have to make those sacrifices. Sometimes we will have moments, winters in our lives, where we have to sit with our emotions. We have to sit with the discomfort. We have to sit with the pain. We have to sacrifice whatever it is that we want for the short term in order to build something stronger in the future. But the Andromedans are sharing today that the universe has seen our sacrifices, has seen the work that we're doing, and it's not been in vain. And so I just really want you to consider that there is this beautiful rebirth and this new beginning that's happening, regardless of the outer circumstances, regardless of what may currently be happening, what your current reality may look like, even how you may be feeling. For example, here in California, it's supposed to be the new moon in spring, and it's just been pouring rain. It does not feel very spring-like. And so I feel like that's a great representation. Well, I don't know, I guess it rains in spring, but I wanted sunshine. And so, that's kind of the thing. Sometimes it's like we have to set the intention and we plant the seed, but we don't yet see it. And that's where that faith and that trust and that hope comes through. So the next card that we have is Frigga. And so this is readiness, bounty, plenty. So when this card comes through, it's a reminder from the universe that we're being given a gift right now of abundance, of new opportunities, doors that are opening. Aries energy is this very motivating energy where, in Pisces, we're very dreamy, we're very spiritual, we're very introspective. And now it's like we're at the beginning of the astrological new year. And now this cardinal energy is moving us forward. And so we have this golden opportunity. And so sometimes, when things are going really well, yes, it's good to enjoy them, but we don't want to rest on our laurels either. We really want to embrace this opportunity. We want to embrace this time and what is being given to us and really create something with it. Build a foundation, take those action steps, complete those projects that, you've been working on, whatever it is. Use this energy that's like lighting that fire under you to move forward. So the animal that we have for the equinox is Black Panther, or jaguar is another word that I like to say for this medicine. And the energy is passion, following your passion. So again, it's this fire energy of what are you passionate about? Because as a starseed, your passion is going to point you towards your service. You're not going to be doing something that you don't enjoy. The universe wouldn't do that to you. You decided, you created a soul contract of what you wanted to do, how you wanted to be of service to the earth by what you're passionate about. And if you're not sure, maybe that's something to contemplate. What are the things that light you up? What are the things that you naturally enjoy? What energizes you? And also notice when you're doing things that don't energize you, that you don't feel passionate about. Sometimes we can feel stuck in the third dimension, in jobs or relationships or living situations or whatever it is, because we feel fearful of making those big changes. But again, the universe is sharing that we have this golden opportunity. We have all of this fire energy. Hi, Jeanette. Happy new moon. Welcome. So let's use it. And the universe is continuing to give us these reminders, because the next card that I pulled was the Page of Cups. I still have Pisces energy in my mind, but Page of Wands. And so pages are always a message, and wands is passion, it's fire, it's drive. So it's like we have a message from the universe that we're given the resources that we need right now, that the tides are shifting, the timelines are changing, and now we've got to move forward. We've got to take those action steps. So if you are in a situation that you don't feel passionate about, that you don't feel happy about, it's not always smart to just like walk away. Sometimes it is, especially if it's an abusive situation or something like that. But if it's something where you're recognizing that this doesn't align with you anymore, you can start to work with your higher self and your star family and the Galactic Federation of Light, and you can ask to be sent to the right places. They can support you in connecting you with resources, opening doors, giving you action steps of what to take so that you can move into alignment with what lights you up. Because our service is, one, to do something that we're passionate about, and two, to alchemize the energies of the grid on this planet through our vibration. So we can only do that when our vibration is high and we're feeling joyful. Now, we can be joyful and still experience sadness or grief. I want to make sure that that's clear, that we can have a high vibration while we're experiencing uncomfortable emotions. But when we're in this space where we're just going through the motions, and we're in a space out of fear or lack or worry, that's something different. And so that's something that I would just invite you to contemplate. What is bringing you energy and vitality, and what feels draining to you? So from my deck, the Mermaids of Sirius, I got the cards Self-Care, Forgiveness, and Believe. And so we talked a little bit about Believe already. The Mermaid empowerment for Believe is, I believe it and receive it. And so this is one of those things where we have to believe it before it's here. We have to believe that the universe is supporting us, that we have these higher frequency beings that are guiding us, that are with us, that are on our team, that we don't have to carry the heavy burden. But we do have to take inspired action. We can visualize and we can imagine and we can, think about all the beautiful things that we want to create. But we also have to take action. That's what Aries energy is guiding us to do. How to take embodied, inspired action and believe it before we receive it. Believe that we are moving into the spring of our lives. Even if you are in the Southern Hemisphere, it's still this metaphorical spring, this rebirth of freshness, of newness, of new opportunities. We're moving out of that heaviness that we've been in for a while. And so in order to do that, we've got to focus on the energy of forgiveness, because whatever we're moving into, we don't want to take that old stuff with us. So the Mermaid empowerment for forgiveness is choosing forgiveness sets me free. Okay. So that's how we get to that freedom of this rebirth and this new time in our lives, is that we choose to forgive ourselves and other people. And, it doesn't mean that you let unhealthy people into your life. You still want to create boundaries. You can forgive people and still have boundaries, but it just means that you're not letting people rent-free space in your mind anymore. You're not letting that old stuff poison you. And it also means that you might want to do an analysis of where you want to forgive yourself, maybe for mistakes that you feel like you've made, or for choices that you've made in the past. Whatever it is, you really just want to figure out, where do I need to extend forgiveness? And lastly, self-care. We talked a little bit about this, how, in our journey of service as a starseed, we really have to focus on our self-care. And self-care isn't just like getting your nails done or taking a bubble bath, although that can sometimes be it. But it's really just figuring out how to parent yourself, how to nourish yourself, how to give yourself what you need, especially when you're in a space of feeling like you're being triggered by external circumstances or by people. Having that moment of non-reaction. For example, if someone's triggering you and you just take a pause and you breathe, and rather than react to that situation, you look within and you ask yourself, what is it I need right now? How can I find relief? And so if you start to ask yourself that question, um, you're going to be given guidance. Sometimes it's going to be like you just need to cry it out or journal. I did a lot of journaling. I could finish like a, let me see if I have it. I won't show you, but I have like a whole journal that I just like wrote so much in over the past few months. And like every single day it was just like, I'm so sad about this, blah 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 blah. But you know what? Like I got it out of my body and I shared it. And sometimes self-care is also having a space to witness those things. And I feel really honored that I have some very powerful friendships where we can create this healing space of witnessing each other in our human experiences without trying to fix them or, offer advice. Just witnessing is a really powerful gift that we have as starseeds. So Mariella sharing, this is so relevant to what I'm leaving. Oh, go. I don't know why I'm having challenges reading today. This is so relevant to what I'm going through right now. My intention is to leave behind anything that is holding me back. I love that. Does anyone else want to share their intentions before we move forward? I've been doing a cleanse, and I started this 30-day book called Living the Spiral, which is about going through the Celtic spiral. And so I'm really about like cleansing right now. So my intention has been to like cleanse and heal my body and just to feel really good in my body. I feel like Aries energy is all about the body, specifically the head. So it could be about your thoughts. It could be about changing up what you're putting into your body, maybe drinking more water, maybe going out in nature more. But let me know if you guys want to share, what are your new moon intentions and equinox intentions? It's really powerful when we speak them into a space like this and we're able to witness each other. And if you're joining on the replay, you can always share your intentions in the comments below and we can still witness you. So I'll give you guys a minute to see if anybody has any new moon intentions, and then we're going to step into that channeled space. And again, like the comments lag on here. So I'm always like, is anybody here? And then Kelly sharing, mine is to release my fear of the future, live in the now, and increase my healing abilities. That's so powerful, Kelly. I love that. Yeah, I want all those things too. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like everybody's sharing really good things. Dragonfly 5D is sharing, learning how to use and understand divine energy. Ooh, I love that. Yes. And I love that you use that word, how to use and understand, because that really shows a level of responsibility and integrity, of stepping into these energies and using them in a good way. So I love that. That's really powerfully worded. Anybody else? Okay, and just feel free to continue to share your intentions. But we're going to move into our channel portion right now because the Andromedans really want to connect with us today. And I'm just feeling so much good energy that they want to pass along. And so let's just start by getting comfortable in our space. So you can close your eyes. If you are not in a quiet and comfortable space where you can easily relax, there's a replay, so you can always return. Definitely don't close your eyes or listen to this while operating heavy machinery. Just, got to say that. And so let's just go ahead and close our eyes. You can either sit in lotus position with your feet on the floor. You can lie down. Oh, thank you so much. You're awesome too. All right. And so I'm going to walk us through a process called bilocation. So bilocation is very similar to like guided visionary journeys or guided meditations. And it's a process where our physical form is here in the third dimension, and our etheric body, which is like a twin replica of our physical form, but it's like completely transparent and translucent, is able to travel through these higher frequency spaces. So as we just allow ourselves to become present, just begin to breathe this beautiful ocean breath, rushing in and out, in and out. And we consecrate this space for only the highest vibrations of love, truth, healing, and peace. And we choose to align with the highest frequency of love, the highest good of all, and the highest timeline for all. And so, as you continue to breathe this beautiful ocean breath and start to become really present in your body, you might begin to feel into your sit bones and how it feels to be connected to the earth beneath you. And now I want you to imagine that this beautiful white light directly from source consciousness begins to descend like a dove of peace. And it flows like a waterfall through your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat, your heart chakra, your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, your root chakra, all the way down to your feet. And this light begins to pour out of your crown chakra, creating a bubble of white light around you. And this bubble of white light begins to shift and change into pinks and purples and blues and greens. And we're now being surrounded by the rainbow light energy of Sirius that will support us in our travels today. And so we welcome in my High Council, the High Council of Sirian Elders, as well as the Mermaids of Sirius and the Big Cat Council of Sirius. We welcome in the Galactic Federation of Light, including Commander Ashtar and all of the representatives of the selected star nations. We welcome in Saint Germain and Lady Portia to our left, and Sanat Kumara and Lady Venus to our right. Behind us, we welcome in Bridget and the Morrigan and Eru and all of the Celtic sovereignty goddesses. And we also welcome in the energy of Ostara today as a reminder of this beautiful equinox energy. And we also welcome in Hathor and the Hathor star nations. And we welcome in all of the angels and the archangels. And if there's any specific guides or angels or animal totems that you'd like to welcome into this space, feel free to do so as well. And so now my etheric body is stepping out of my body and gently pulling your etheric body out of your body. And because we live in a space of quantum reality, I am able to do this simultaneously with all of you all at once. It's pretty cool. And a stargate begins to appear above our head, 6 feet in diameter, whirling and whizzing in lapis blue and golden light in a counterclockwise motion. And we are or you may begin to feel a magnetic energy as I take your hand and we rise up, up, up across dimensional frequencies and realities, up, up, up across stars, planets, and galaxies, up, up, up. And the elevator doors open and we walk through this really beautiful green mist. And as we walk out, we step into this lush, vibrant, almost like enchanted forest. And we are now in the Andromedan star nation, in the star known as Cassiopeia. So as you look around you, there are beautiful emerald green rolling hills of grass, and there's all sorts of beautiful trees and plant life. And you might begin to see beautiful animals or fairy-like energies that are beginning to fly and congregate around us. And as you look above you, the sky is just so vibrantly blue. But what's really interesting about this sky is that even though the sky is bright, bright blue, there are still all of these beautiful stars that are sparkling and shimmering within this beautiful blue sky. And so we walk through this beautiful forested area, and we're walking along this little path. And as we continue to walk, there's this little stream, this blue stream that's to our right. And so we're sort of following this stream and it sort of winds around. And as we step deeper around this path, we stop at the end of this stream as it turns into this beautiful, tranquil blue lake. And we're all being asked to have a seat right in front of this lake. And so before I introduce our Arcturian. Why did I say that? The A names always confuse me. The Andromedans. I just want to go over what my role is here today. So I serve as a galactic guide and a channel for galactic energy, which means that I'm here to deliver any messages or information, whatever wants to be communicated between these high frequency beings and us. We practice energetic sovereignty in this space, which means that at no point do these beings enter my body or yours. We all have very clear, very safe energetic boundaries. We also practice discernment, which means that if there's any information that does not feel resonant with you, know that it is safe to disagree or not accept this information. And if there's any empowerment or healing activation that is offered to you that your soul does not feel ready for, hi, you guys. Can you hear me? That was so odd. It just my computer just shut down. um, I'm trying to. It might look like I'm frozen. It's doing this weird Zoom update thing in front of my thing. Yay, Jeanette's feeling aligned. Okay. Yeah, let me know if you can hear me now. Okay, I'm back. Good. I was so concerned because I didn't know if this thing would keep going when my computer shut off. So that was weird interference in the field. I'm just gonna do this like clearing thing just for whatever wants to come through. All right, let's just clear that. Clear everything else. All right. You know what? That just happens in the human world sometimes. And we're going to go back to the channeling. So the show must go on. Okay. So let's all just come back to our space. I'm going to close our eyes. I'm going to close our eyes. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to get back here. Okay. So we're stepping back through the Stargate, back through the green mist, back into Cassiopeia. And as I'm sharing, if there's any empowerment or healing activation that your soul does not feel ready for, know that it's safe to disagree or not accept this information. And so now our beautiful Andromedan guides are stepping forward, and today they look so gorgeous and elven-like. So they have this reddish, orangey hair, and they have these very big white wings, and they have pointy ears. Their skin is very translucent and shimmery, and they're wearing these emerald green dresses. And so there's 3 of them here today, and they're going to be speaking in one unified voice unless otherwise specified. And they first want to share that they are so excited that we are here with them today. And they're so excited that we're here welcoming in this rebirth, welcoming in all of the beauty, the abundance, everything that is here for us now. And they're also sharing that each of us has planted many seeds in the last few months. And so today they want to give us a gift of seeing our manifestations and our visualizations, our prayers, our hopes, our dreams in these last 6 months beginning to blossom, beginning to come to fruition. And they're also sharing that they have a very special favor to ask us. They're sharing favor might not be the best word, but they just really want us to understand that we are in a relationship with the earth. And when we come back to Andromeda, we're feeling into the energy of this beautiful co-creative energy of this very harmonious relationship between the earth, between the land, and beneath all beings. And so this has been something that has been lost upon our earth plane. And there have been many atrocities that have taken place upon the earth, but they're also sharing that the earth is our mother, that we have if we align with the feminine energy, we have a womb space that is connected to the womb space of the earth. And if we align with masculine energy, we're here to be a protector of that womb space of both the feminine energies and of the earth. So before they bring us into the gifts that they have for us today, they just want to share how we can be of service. They're sharing that as starseeds, we have been placed in specific areas of the globe. And because, sometimes starseeds can feel isolated. We can feel lonely. We can feel like we're the only beings that are nearby, or maybe there's just a few of us. But that's changing as more and more beings are starting to awaken. But the purpose of us being spread out across the globe is for our energy to transmute and alchemize and balance whatever dark energies or agendas are happening across the earth space. And the earth is also wanting to work with us in support of our healing. As we heal the earth, she also wants to heal us, to heal our body, and to allow us to feel safe and energized within her body, aligned with her body. And so you're being asked today to go back into your home, into your community, into your country, wherever you're placed, and just daily send prayers, send blessings to the earth. You don't have to know what needs to happen. You don't have to go into details, but just send that love. If each of us are beginning to consciously send love into the light grid, into the earth, this is beginning to heal and neutralize all of the atrocities that have been happening over eons on this planet, which has been through countless wars and countless species trying to inhabit and invade and really just attack in so many ways this beautiful, loving, motherly energy of the earth. But they're also sharing that despite all of the atrocities, that the earth remains so unconditionally loving and so ready and so available to support us, just as the trees turn carbon dioxide into oxygen. They're sharing that we too can sit with the earth and allow her to take our pain, to take our suffering, and to transmute it into beauty, into rebirth, into new life. And they're sharing that in this equinox portal, this is especially important. So if we can all take a moment within the next few days to just have a moment with the earth where we release and we allow that light within us to be sent to her, to wherever is needed on this planet, to whatever person needs healing, to whatever situation needs resolution, that we just send unconditionally loving light to wherever it is needed most upon this planet. And the Andromedans are sharing that as we step into this spring portal, it's important to remember our magic, to remember our connection to the other world, to the fairies, to the mermaids, to the unicorns, to the elementals that are here on this planet. That as starseeds, we're very connected to galactic energy, but we also have these beautiful elemental energies that want to work with us and that can support us. And that as we call them in, of course, always using our discernment and aligning with the highest frequencies of love, truth, healing, and peace, these beautiful magical beings can also remind us of our power to create miracles, to manifest out of the darkness, light, inspiration, to be that light and inspiration to others. And so finally, the Andromedans are sharing that they want to support each of you in whatever healing needs to take place so that you can step into your highest service. So perhaps you've been feeling a physical ailment in your body. Perhaps there's just these thought patterns that feel distracting or challenging within you, or limiting beliefs, or perhaps there's just an area in your life that just needs more love, that needs more light. The Andromedans are the master healers, and they can support you in developing your own gifts of healing your heart, of healing your body, of healing your relationships, and healing the earth so that we can step into this co-creative space of sovereignty. As these master healers, they will only guide you to what you are ready for, and they will only show you what is already inside of you. And so they are walking towards each of us, and they're one by one just placing their hands upon our hearts and just sending these really beautiful green rays of blessing and healing. So you might begin to feel that this tingly, warm energy is just spreading throughout your body, wherever that healing needs to go, just allowing yourself to feel just a sense of tranquility, a sense of peace, a sense of acknowledgement and acceptance that you're exactly where you're supposed to be and that everything that you need is within you. Finally, the Andromedans are sharing that they can guide you in how to step into the energy of the eternal now, how to be present, how to enjoy every moment. Because often we're so stuck either going over the past or preparing or trying to manipulate or change the future that we're missing out on this moment of being alive. And they're sharing that as we step into this spring equinox portal, that this is a time for us to feel the aliveness of our bodies, of the earth, of the beingness and presence that is available in every moment. For it is only when we fully inhabit our bodies and we fully inhabit every moment that we can access our power. And as we access our power and as we access our healing, we become the light and the instrument where divinity can work through us to bring that light to wherever it is needed upon this earth plane. So the Andromedans are asking that each of us stand, and they're asking us to follow them. As we walk across the edge of this lake, there's a little door, and it's almost like this gated garden that we're walking into. And so as we walk into this garden, each of us are sort of being guided to step into a different area within this garden. And so the Andromedans are pointing you to your place, and they're pointing to the ground beneath you. And at first, it may seem like nothing is there. But as you start to watch and envision, you might begin to see a rustling within the dirt or the earth beneath you. And slowly you might begin to see that something is blooming, something is blossoming. So each of you are going to experience something different. Perhaps you see flowers that are beginning to emerge. Perhaps it's a beautiful tree. It might be a large oak tree. It might be a very small rose. It's going to be different for each of you. But know that whatever you are seeing here is a symbol. It is guiding you to something that is being reborn within your life. And so as you just allow this new rebirth to happen, this blossoming to emerge, know that this is something that you don't have to control, that you don't have to force or fix or change. That the energy of allowing, the energy of gratitude, and the energy of acceptance is what is allowing things to begin to blossom and to sprout new life within your particular life. And so just begin to think about whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been trying to make happen. And in this moment, just take a deep breath and just allow it to be let go. Release it, surrender it, and know that whatever is meant to happen, either this or something better, is beginning to emerge. And that as you let go and you allow divinity to unfold in this perfect divine way, that you will be led to exactly where you're supposed to be, exactly where you need to be. And so the Andromedans are allowing us just a few more moments in this beautiful garden. And they're just walking to each of us and they're giving each of us this beautiful crystal. And so just open your palm and see the crystal that you've been given. Notice the color. Notice the texture. Is it large? Is it a palm stone? Is it heart-shaped? Is it oval? Is it a sacred geometric form? Do you know the type of crystal, or is it something that's new and unfamiliar? This crystal the Andromedans are sharing is representative of this new chapter, and it is guiding you into whatever you need to receive, whatever resources that you need in order to step into your highest service and your greatest healing. And so they're asking that you place this crystal over your heart chakra, and you just begin to allow this breath and the energy of the crystal and the heart chakra to connect. And then this crystal begins to spin, and it begins to be magnetized and pulled within your heart chakra, where it will be safe and where it will be allowed to do its work and magnetize whatever you need in this next 6-month cycle. And so finally, the Andromedans are sharing that as this equinox is about balance, that it's important to recognize that we are both light and dark. And if there's at any moment now, any place where you need to forgive any shadow aspects within yourself and integrate them, or if there's any places in your life that feel out of balance, allow the energy of the Andromedans, this beautiful, unconditionally loving and witnessing, empathic energy of the Andromedans, to just witness and guide you into whatever needs to be integrated. And if it's a place in your life that needs more balance, know that you will be receiving action steps in how to create that equilibrium within you. And so the Andromedans are guiding us out of this garden, and they're asking us to step back towards this lake. And as they point to the lake, they're asking us to be like the lake water, tranquil, still, flowing, at peace. To notice that we too have this space between us, or within us rather, this space within us of tranquility. And that as we can allow these situations to arise, to allow whatever needs to come to us to arise in the perfect divine way, and we let go of the need to force anything, that everything will just flow very magically and very beautifully to us. And finally, they're sharing that we believe in ourselves and that they see us as beautiful, powerful beings that are holding a very strong energy on this planet that is very needed. And they're sharing that it's very important for us to nourish ourselves and to take care of ourselves, especially our body. And if there's any areas of our lives that need rebalancing as far as what we're eating, or if we need to take supplements or change our movement practices, whatever it is, to begin to feel more comfortable and more embodied and more healthy and have a sense of vitality in our physical form, they would like to guide us in this process. And so the Andromedans give us a final blessing, and they're sharing that they're so proud of us and they're so honored to be here with us, and that they're with us every step of the way, and that all we need to do is call upon them. And regardless of if you feel like you're an Andromedan or not, it doesn't matter. They're our allies, they're our teammates, and they want to support us in whatever it is that we need so we can feel healthy and we can step into this beautiful rebirth that we so deserve. And so the stargate begins to appear above our head, and we are taken up, up, up across dimensional frequencies and realities, up, up, up across stars, planets, and galaxies, up, 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 and the elevator doors open, and we step back into the room that we're seated in. So your etheric body steps back into your body, and my etheric body steps back into mine, and the sacred space is now closed. So just begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes and come back as you feel ready. And yeah, I'm just feeling such a beautiful, calm energy. The Andromedans always bring in such peace. I love working with their energy. It's so healing and empowering. So feel free to share in the chat in your experience, maybe what you saw blossoming, or the crystal that was given to you, or anything else that you'd like to share. Yay, Jeanette's sharing that her new moon intentions are for more joy and playfulness, to follow her passions more, and to find better ways to support herself financially and find her own sanctuary, heal her heart and her family too. That's so beautiful. Yay. Wow. And Sophie was sharing she started seeing gold sparks in her mind when it froze. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, I feel like green and gold are very connected to Andromedan energy. So perhaps they were already sort of working on you even before we stepped into that space. And again, thank you all so much for your understanding of the technical difficulties and staying on. Luckily, it wasn't something that was too challenging. We were able to get right back into it. And so, yeah, just feel free to share in the chat below, and we're going to be doing the giveaway in just a moment. And again, if you liked this journey and you want to go deeper, I have a course called Galactic Leadership Training that is all about teachings from all of the star nations. And you can also book a Galactic Channeled reading with me. And we're going to be doing a Starseed journey on right around the full moon on April 5th with the Andromedans, the Sirius, the Lyrans, and the Galactic Federation of Light, called Activating the Compassion Portal. It's going to be so powerful, and it's only $22 to reserve your seat. And I'm going to be giving away one seat today for one special starseed. So if you're here live and you want to participate, feel free to just write your name in the chat below. So Kelly sharing, I pictured a rainbow colored crystal for dowsing. Wow. Mariella sharing, that was amazing, Megan. You never fail to connect me with energy and wisdom I need at the moment. I'm so grateful. Oh, thank you, Mariella. Tim sharing, an egg hatching. Oh my goodness. Wow. I love how you always get these very powerful symbols, Tim. That's amazing. And so anyone else that wants to participate in the giveaway to be given a seat to activating the compassion portal, yes. So feel free to share. I'm just going to take a drink of water and give us a moment, because again, I feel like there's a lag in the comments, so I want to make sure everybody has a chance. That was so odd. It was so odd. I heard luckily I heard a sound, and then all of a sudden I look up, I'm like, what was that sound? And my computer was just black. And then like it just started right up again. It was so odd. Okay, let's see. So, yay, Dragonfly sharing. It was so beautiful. Awesome. I'm seeing some people that want to participate. Oh, thank you so much. It was so amazing to have you guys here. I just feel like it's such a beautiful, amazing day, and I definitely feel like the energy is shifting, it's changing, and so many new things and new chapters are starting, new timelines. And all right, so I'm just gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna choose. Okay. Mariella. Mariella is our winner today for activating the compassion portal. So congratulations. I'm so excited to have you there. And if you guys want to participate, it's going to be a beautiful ceremony, and there'll also be an opportunity for live Q&A, and there's replay access available if you're not able to join live. So the link is in this particular video if you want to join. And remember, if you didn't win today, there's always more opportunities. I am doing giveaways with every special Starseed message that I'm doing. So there'll be many more opportunities for everyone to have a chance in the future. And yeah, you're so welcome. So Mariella, just email me and I'll make sure to add you to that. And I love you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. And wow, this was exactly an hour. Wonderful. And thank you again for just being kind through the technical difficulties. It's just part of the earth. So have a great day. Equinox blessings.